the history of environmental disasters around the world, there may never be a company as aggressive, destructive, and reckless as the American oil company, Chevron. During 25 years of drilling for oil in Ecuador, Chevron, through its predecessor company, Texaco, ravaged an area 5 times the size of New York City. What had been pristine rainforest became a toxic wasteland for the forest and its inhabitants. The result? An epidemic of cancer, birth defects, miscarriages, and other oil-related illnesses.
A decade ago, over 100 people had occupied the Chevron-owned oil platform to demand compensation and jobs for the environmental damage caused by Chevron's drilling. The Nigerian military shot and killed 2 unarmed protesters and wounded several others. 11 of the protesters were arrested and reportedly tortured in the prison. Survivors of the '98 shooting have argued Chevron should be held accountable because it paid the Nigerian military and transported them by helicopter to the oil platform. A month ago, 19 Nigerian plaintiffs brought a landmark case against Chevron using the Alien Tort Claims Act.
The Chevron Richmond refinery lies approximately 10 miles northeast of San Francisco in California's Contra Costa County. The 2,900-acre facility was initially established in 1902 and primarily makes transportation fuels, such as gasoline and diesel, as well as lube oil. On August 6, 2012, the crude unit was operating normally. Around 3:50 that afternoon, an operator was performing a routine check when he noticed a small puddle on the ground near the distillation tower. The liquid appeared to be dripping from an 8-inch insulated pipe 14 feet overhead. The leaking pipe was a section of the tower's number 4 side cut line, which operated at a temperature of 640 degrees Fahrenheit and contained light gas oil, a combustible liquid similar to diesel fuel. Chevron inspectors knew that over the years, the walls of the number 4 side cut had thinned due to corrosion, but they did not realize how close this particular segment was to failure. At approximately 6:30 p.m., 2 minutes after the huge vapor cloud formed, the hydrocarbons ignited. The towering white vapor cloud could be seen as far away as San Francisco on the unusually clear August day. After the ignition, a dense plume of black smoke formed and drifted away from the refinery. The fire continued burning for hours. Over the succeeding days, more than 15,000 people sought medical treatment at nearby hospitals for breathing problems and other symptoms. During its investigation, the CSB determined that the carbon steel pipe installed in 1976 had thinned to the point of failure from an effect known as sulfidation corrosion. The CSB learned that sulfidation corrosion had caused a major failure at Chevron's refinery in Salt Lake City, Utah, in 2002. Chevron then performed an enhanced inspection of the number 4 side-cut pipe at the Richmond refinery. It revealed accelerated thinning in the piping section that would ultimately fail in 2012. Replacement was recommended, but this did not occur, and the section of piping was never inspected again. In 2009, Chevron experts recommended that every segment of high-risk carbon steel piping be inspected for corrosion. However, this was not done. During a maintenance turnaround of the crude unit in 2011, Chevron inspectors examined some, but not all, locations along the number 4 side cut and found significant thinning. Some sections were replaced, but managers decided that the line was thick enough to stay in service, and that an overall replacement could wait up to 5 more years. According to CSB investigators, a key lesson is that each and every segment of the piping should have been inspected. Most importantly, the pipe should have been replaced much earlier with an inherently safer corrosion-resistant alloy. The CSB also concluded that had the crude unit been shut down when the leak was first noticed, the massive fire likely would not have occurred, and the community would have been protected.